So we start out with the basics. Okay, polynomial function. John, quit playing your game. Okay, polynomial function. Is this a polynomial function? How do we know?
Because it's got more than more than 3 terms.
No, but that's nice, but no.
More than well, it's got exponent.
It's got exponents, but doesn't have to have exponents to be a polynomial function. You cannot divide by what to be a polynomial function? You cannot divide by x. Okay? Can't have x on the bottom. Can't have square roots of x. So this is a polynomial function. What's the degree of this function? It's a 6th degree function. What's the leading coefficient? 2. Why isn't it 1/2? Because the leading coefficient is the coefficient of the highest powered term. What ordered pair goes with this? What would that ordered pair be? It'd just be 0, 6. There it is the x, this is the y. So then what would be the ordered pair for this? 6, 0. If we graph it, 0, 6, 6, 0. Goes down like that. What is the slope of this function? -1. Now, if you're going, how do you do the slope formula so fast? Well, he just looked, I go down 1 to the right 1, down 1 to the right 1, or down 6 to the right 6. Okay, rise over run, -6 over 6, -1. Okay, slope is -1. Do we know the y-intercept? Yeah, for this problem we do. It's 0, 6. So what's the equation? Y equals -x plus 6. Booyah. Done. Okay. This function is a parabola. Is a parabola opening up or a parabola opening down? Up, because the first term coefficient is positive. So it's not that, not that, not that. Where is the vertex of this parabola? 3, -3. The same, or the opposite of this, the same as that. Opposite of the inside, same as the outside. So it's 3, -3. So it's not that or that, so it must be that. Okay. So the vertex is at 3, -3. Okay. It opens upward. What are the x-intercepts? Well, it looks like, passes through the points 2 something and 4 something. So they just want you to put a 2 in here. 2 times 2 minus 3 squared minus 3. 2 times -1 squared is 1 minus 3. 2 minus 3 is -1. Okay. So 2, -1. If we put in a 4, we get a 1 in here again, so we'll get the same answer, -1. So it's 2, -1, 4, -1. Vertex of 3, -3. We good? That's the same problems as we just had. All right, number 4. How do we put this into vertex form? Well, we complete the square. How do you complete the square? X squared minus 4x plus something plus 5 minus that same something. What's the something? You take this is your middle term. You take half of it and you square it. What's half of -4? Negative 2. If you square it, it is 4. So your equation would be x minus 2 quantity squared, because you take the square root of this, the middle sign, the square root of that, plus 1, which is choice B. Okay? All right. Does it open up or open down? Would this open up or down? Up. Because the first term coefficient is a 1. It opens up. Upward opening. Where's the vertex? 2, 1. The opposite of this, the same as this. What's the axis of symmetry? It's always x equals the x value of the vertex. So x equals 2. What are the x-intercepts? Well, let's find those after we put down the vertex. Okay? If we're at 2, 1, and it opens up, we go over 1, up 1, over 1, up 1, over 2, up 4, back 2, up 4. It's a parabola that looks like this. Okay, how did I know those points right away? Because in a parabola, if the coefficient is 1, you go over 1, up 1, over 2, up 4, over 3, up 9. You just square the number that you're going over. Okay? So, what are the x-intercepts of this parabola? There aren't any, because it opens up and the vertex is above the x-axis, so you'll never have x-intercepts here. Is this a monomial function? A one-term function? Do you see any addition or subtraction? No, so it is a monomial function. Yes, it is a monomial function. What's the degree? 4. What's the leading coefficient? -6. A monomial function can have like numbers and letters. This is a monomial function. There's just one of them. This is a binomial, so it's not a monomial function. See the difference? Okay. All right, this function. Each of these are the first power, so the graph will cross each one of these numbers. Where will it cross? Well, it'll cross at x equals 1, x equals -3, and x equals -2. So 1, -3, and -2. So it's kind of like a D-ish looking one. Okay, I think it's probably D, because it crosses at a +1 over here, a -2 there, and a -3 there. Okay, so as it's going to the right forever, as it's going towards infinity, where is it going? Up. As it's going towards negative infinity, where is it going? Down. It's going towards infinity, up. It's going toward negative infinity, down. Choice A. Find the zeros algebraically. They're saying factor this. If you can't factor it, you should do the quadratic formula. Okay? So you could factor it, or you could plug it into your graphing calculator and find the what? Second trace zeros. Second trace zeros, and it'll help you find it. Okay, if I'm factoring this, which I hope it factors, my first try at factoring, see how this is a 9? 3 and 3 make 9. Otherwise, it's 1 and 9. So let's try 3 and 3. What are the things that make 14? 14 and 1, probably don't want to use that, so 7 and 2. Now, is there a combination of 21 and 6 that makes 15? A +21 and a -6, right? So this is how it factors. 9t squared, outers is a -6t, inners is 21t, Last times last is negative 14.
Why would you not use 14 1? Because then that equals
14, because 14 and 1, because we have first term coefficients. So when you FOIL, outside times 14 is like 42. And 3 times 1 is 3, so you'd end up with like 39. And you want to make 15. So if you didn't have first term coefficients, yep, you'd use 14 and 1 to make 15. But since we have first term coefficients that are multiplying into this, we don't want to do that. Okay? This works out to be 2/3. This works out to be negative 7/3, right? Those are our two zeros. So on a graphing calculator, they may not look too nice. Okay, so factoring worked out here. 8, find the zeros of the function. What I would do on this is take out the greatest common factor. What's my greatest common factor? X. And then I get x minus 2, x squared minus 2x minus 8. This is simple factoring. X and x. Factors of 8 that add up to negative 2. Negative 4 and a plus 2. So what are our zeros? Well, they are 0, 4, and negative 2. 0, 4, and negative 2. How do we write a polynomial function out of this? Well, we take x plus 2 times x minus 3 times x plus 6. I would take the last two and multiply them first. That's generally what I do. So you get x squared. Outers is plus 6x, inners is minus 3x. 6x minus 3x is 3x minus 18. Then multiply the x through and you get x cubed plus 3x squared minus 18x. Multiply the 2 through, is 2x squared plus 6x minus 36. Add, you get x cubed plus 5x squared minus 12x minus 36. So the 5 is what we need. Synthetic division. What goes in the square? Negative 4. I don't have one of them on the quiz that'll be the backwards and be the negatives and be the nasty one that you did on the quiz or the homework. Okay, so 3, 16, 15, negative 11. First step. Drop the 3. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. Add, you get 4. Multiply, you get negative 16. Add, you get negative 1. Multiply, you get 4. Add, you get negative 7. So this is w to the third, so this is w squared plus 4w minus 1 plus 7 over w plus 4. Should be that one, which is choice D. The remainder theorem. Is this a remainder? Does this have a remainder? Well, let's see. Negative 3 goes in the box. Negative 2, negative 11, negative 15, 8. So, negative 2, 6. Negative 5, 15. 0, 0, 8. Is there a remainder? Yes. So would negative 3 be a factor of this function? No, it's not a factor because there's a remainder. So the remainder theorem tells us if there's it's a factor or not. This is one we did. Whoops. This is one we did when we were practicing. Same exact problem, I think. So it's the 75 one because you have to have all the factors of 75, and this isn't the only one with all the factors of 75. And I think it was this one. How do we do that? Well, it was 15, negative 371, negative 103, 75. We try 25. 15. What's 15 times 25? 375. So when we get 4, then we get 100. And we get negative 3. We get negative 75. And we get 0. Okay? So then I know, well, 1/3 should work because that's part of my multiple choice. 15, 5, 9, 3, 0. And then 15x plus 9 equals 0. So 15x equals negative 9. Divide by 15. X equals negative 3/5. All right. And that's it. Those are the 12 problems that you'll see on there. Okay? Nothing super spectacularly difficult. Just a good review of these 4 sections. Next week we'll keep chugging along. I think we're about a day behind, but we got 3 B days in a row coming up, so because next Thursday's a B day, next Friday's a B day, we don't have school the following Monday, and the following Tuesday's a B day. So I get to see you guys a lot. And that just warms my heart because I like you guys. Okay, the practice quiz is out there. Quiz will take in the first half on Tuesday. Second half, we'll go on to section 25A. I can help you. Just let me finish up this so I stop my recording.